Put it back. Put it back where you found it.
And if I can encourage moms and dads to be muted for now until we come to the time of Q&A. I know it's a big time for most of us, as I've mentioned before. So what do we have planned for you this morning? So today is our very, very, very first time that we're having a parent assembly. And part of the reasons why we're having this is a way of us, I guess, setting the tone, getting acquainted with our online parents, for them to see us, and also for us to be able to see you as well, if you've got your cameras on. Because one thing we do find is there are specific questions that typically would come up throughout the course of the term, and we are trying to address those questions in one sweep. Just because I think in terms of for a small business, if we can aggregate things as far as possible, it makes life easier and also makes us a lot easier to serve everyone. And so really today's session is an opportunity for us to tell you what to expect during the term in terms of key dates, in terms of how we support your child on a Saturday, what to expect from us outside of those Saturday sessions, the different activities that we've got planned for the rest of the term, as well as our improved referral scheme. Because for us as a small business, the growth of Ant Learning has come as a result of parents referring us to their friends. And we want to be able to make sure that we reward them as far as we can within our ability. So I'm going to hand over now to Lara, who's just going to give you guys a warm welcome to the new term.
Great, thank you so much, Fola. Yes, so that's the person behind the phone most of the time when you call us. So thank you so much, and it's lovely seeing you after, like, for some of us, after almost 2.5 months, because our last class was middle of June, so actually 2 months. So it's lovely. I hope we had a great summer, whatever you've done, traveled, some summer school, staycation, whatever it is you've done. I hope it has been a very relaxing summer. It was one of the best summer of sunshine for all of us, I think. So I definitely enjoyed that that warmth of British summer, hot summer holiday. So yeah, lovely to have you here again, and warm welcome to you and your child. Of course, new academic year, new parents are joining us, and it means that there are new challenges to overcome for our children this term. But we've got a wonderful curriculum ahead of them for this academic year, and I'm going to just focus on the autumn term as well. So of course, for what does this mean for our children? One, we're here to support you and your child every step of the way. And one of the things that gives us joy is because it takes a village to raise our children, irrespective of whatever they're doing. Even if it's reading, they already know how to read, they're doing English and maths, or preparing for an entrance exams. We can't do it without your support. We can't do it without the teacher's support and any expert support as well. So it's a three-way triangle. We want you involved, we want our teachers involved, and we are going to be involved, and your child is right in the middle of it all. So I'm just going to go through a few things that we are focusing on this term, just to make sure that we ease and gradually ease our children into the new challenges of new year group, especially for the ones leaving preschool now, they're in big school reception, and how you can support your child through this transition, whatever it is, because it's a new academic year. Everybody's class is new. So they're having new topics, new maths worksheet, new English topics, and just a step higher. So how is autumn term different from other terms? So the autumn term is one where, of course, as I said, it's new materials for our children, new class, and majority of time, new friendship, especially for children that are starting big school, you know, so it's a big change for them. So it's just understanding how we can gradually ease them. And the reason we don't start first or second week most of the time for Saturday school is to give the children time to settle into a routine for school, so that when they then come to us, they already have something going Monday to Friday, and there's not a lot of changes at the same time. So that's why we're easing in until the 20th to start Saturday school. Autumn term is different. As I said, new topics for the children, new curriculum. So initially what we do for the autumn term, we focus on foundational work just to make sure that the children have a good start. And then gradually by middle of the term, we pick up the pace for them to start running. For the younger ones, we start with basics, sounds learning, phonics, and there's a bit of an echo, but I'm sure you guys can still hear me. And also, I just wanted to also mention that trends that we are observing with parents at the moment is that they are prioritizing older children, not to mean that the younger ones don't need tuition. But I just want to encourage us that if that is the case and you have younger children that might need that support, reach out to us and let us know how we can help. Other things you can do is, instead of doing 2 programs for the older one, you can do 1 program and just make sure that the foundation is right for the younger ones. Because what we are also seeing is the children that were affected during COVID, especially children that were in reception year 1, they are currently around year 4, and there's still a bit of wobble because the foundation was interrupted because of COVID. So as much as we want to prioritize the older ones because 11 plus is coming, I don't want the younger ones to be left behind. So if there anything that we can do to support you, please contact us. And we just want to make sure that we take everyone along as we are going. Also, we've observed that private school fees, which saw an increase of 20% VAT introduction this January, means that a lot of parents are now prioritizing state schools, and which is also having an impact on selected schools. So some schools, some private schools are shutting down or combining together just to be able to keep their numbers up. But what we are now seeing is a lot more parents they are now interested in the 11 plus. So just to make sure that, and just to give you a stop that, well, the competition is getting fiercer. We are very ahead of the curve. And that's why we provide structure for our children from an early age, so that we're not just focusing on exam success at 11 plus, but every step of the way, the children have the right tools, they have the right skill to be able to stand their ground and stand out from day 1 at school. So it's just for you to keep it in mind that over the summer, we introduced new materials for children, so that just to make sure that the competition, even though it's fierce, and learning and all our kids are also in a good place to keep their success rate high. Any other thing? One of the things that really help a new academic year and help our children settle is a very good after-school routine. So have a chat with your child, see what their timetable is. At Hand Learning, we will give you homework, especially the younger ones get homework, the older ones get homework. But having a structure that will support you to be able to consolidate the learning from Saturday school is very important. So for those doing English and Maths program, I would say probably twice a week, you would have homework 30 to 45 minutes to complete. And it's important that this is done. This is just to help make sure that whatever the children have learned on Saturday, they are able to remember and consolidate during the week. We also have, for those in the younger group, we have a structure, which is the reading structure for you to follow. We divide it into like 4 times during the week. Little and often makes a huge difference for the little one, even if it's practicing their handwriting, if it's practicing using the games, if it is using the flashcards to learn their sounds, if it is writing, whatever it is, little and often really does make a huge difference. So to reiterate this new academic year, new challenge, please have a good after-school routine for your child. It takes a collective effort, yourself, myself, our teachers, to make sure our children progress. Consistency, having a structure, a good routine, and being focused. The reason I'm saying being focused is, if we keep looking at what other parents are doing, sometimes we can derail ourselves and our children. And that is a challenge sometimes for exam group. So if your child will be sitting 11 plus next year, if you have any concern, I am very available to listen to your concern and just encourage you that we've got you covered. Your child's success is our success. Without you, without us, and without your child's focus, we can't achieve it. So we have their success in mind. If you have any concern about, oh, are we doing the right thing? You haven't introduced past questions yet. We've done this for this is the 11th year now from this September. We started September 15, 2015, and we've helped several children ace and excel and some of our children are actually sitting GCSE come next year that have started with us. So we have a structure that works. We have a program that we've reinforced every time when we know that things has to be done. We just need to trust the system and just stay consistent and focused. Want us to listen to a parent, a fellow parent that joined us a few years back, and now we're celebrating their success.
We stuck to Lara's books. We did the whole of the summer school before the 11 plus, and all that was full of mock testing. And honestly, I don't regret it. We passed the Kent test, we passed the Medway test, we passed the Mayfield test with very good marks. We don't have problems of thinking we are on the benchmark. We're guaranteed to getting into any school. We joined Ant Learning when my daughter was about 5, just before she was 5. It was a recommendation by another parent because my daughter was late with speech, and the school seemed to be focusing on speech and not the education. So while all her friends were going home with books to read, she came home with pictures, motor skill, toys, and things of that sort. So a friend said, listen, if she talks eventually, she'll be expected to have the same level of education because they're not going to redo what her friends are doing at the moment. Why don't you take her to Lara? So we joined. We were not talking yet, but we learned to talk. Well, I mean, we learned to write. We could sing, and we learned through songs. And within about 2 terms of joining Lara, we started to speak. So by the time my daughter familiarized the words, she could do her numbers well. And we were consistent. We came every year. We had a couple of summers away, but in terms of the termly education, we were very consistent with it. And I don't regret it. I'm a working mother, so I work from 9 to 5. I often get home after 7. My child goes to after school club. And I found that the books that Ant Learning provided for us were just having the right content and just enough for her to go through the week. So we used Ant Learning books throughout. Most of the work, the first page is self-explanatory, or at least there are notes for parents to guide the child if she's struggling. We didn't have so much of a problem because we attended every week. So my child had the guidance at school. In fact, half the time I wanted to help, she would be like, no, Mom, Miss McDonough told me how to do that. Miss Agebi told me how to do that. I'm all right with it. For the other parents, I just want to let you know that sometimes when you speak to other mothers, it can feel like you're not doing enough.
Yeah.
But if you're consistent and you're doing the work that you're being given, it's okay. I have a lot of parents that I would meet at birthday parties that made me feel almost incompetent as a mother because they had 2 or 3 tutors. They were going to summer school every time. They seemed to be doing mock exams from year 4. We'd never done any. I'll come and say to Lara, listen, I think we're behind. And I really started panicking. And I can tell you, Lara, I don't think I've said this to you before. My daughter passed all the 3 exams and those parents didn't. Now I realize that a lot of the advice we were given had a reason, even though when you're busy, I think for me it was more I was working overtime. Some of the meetings like this one I didn't attend. So everything to me was alien. But I don't regret having joined Ant Learning because it's everything that we did was Ant Learning. And my daughter passed very well. So yeah, I encourage everybody, just do your homework, keep on top of it, do ask questions. If you think your child is not passing the tests or the work in the book, do speak to the teachers. They are very helpful. But if you don't talk to them, they might not come to you, because they have sometimes 6 or 7 children, and sometimes they don't know how the parents are going to react. So you might need to just be proactive. But it does work. It's worked for us.
Great. Yes, I just wanted for us to listen to Janet, and one of the things that Janet said, collective effort. It's we need to be consistent, follow the structure and the routine, and success is guaranteed for your child. I'm going to go through our Saturday structure. It might be a repeat for our current parents, and for those who are joining us, it might be new as well to you. So for Saturday school, Saturdays, we have English online 9 to 10:35, English at the center 9 to 11, and reading as well 9 to 11 at the center, or 9 to 10:35 online. And these sessions are where we have live teachings from our teachers, qualified teachers, that will follow the structure and the curriculum we've put together. So it's a combination of state school curriculum as well as independent school, so that it is rigorous enough to support our children. Following those sessions, your teacher can feed back to you. First few weeks, like week 1, week 2, week 3, they're getting to know your child. Remember, it's a new academic year, so they might just give a general feedback on the first few weeks as based on your child's performance in class, but not a holistic one, because they're just getting to know them. So once we get into the rhythm of the term, week 4, they then go into specifics. So depending on when your child brings the homework back, and then we see actually there is a bit of an area that we need to reinforce and all of that. So following that, if you're on the English and Maths program, the books are specified what is homework and what is classwork. So whatever is not classwork definitely is an homework, and we've already written it on the top. For the reading program, we give you a structured homework sheet, which you need to follow, I think Sunday to Friday, but it might be 4 days of the week in there. If you can follow that, that really works and help our children. Sometimes I say, if you can't do everything, get the book in the car during the school run, flashcards, whatever it is you're doing, code book while you're waiting in the car and waiting to pick up or drop off your children. You can go through it. Little and often, especially, is wonderful for the younger one, and let them practice handwriting as often as they can, just to build on their motor skills. Feedback again for the reading program, it's based on what your child was taught and probably their class behavior, if they sat down, if they didn't, and whatever it is, but it's more about how your child has been in class. For those online, we will email everyone on Monday, where you get the class link, as well as the link to the Google Classroom, where you can upload the homework for the teacher to mark. Homework booklets are done every 2 weeks. So once you've completed that, please upload it and the teacher will mark, and then you get a notification that you've got to review it if possible. For those at the center, we will email you as well on Monday any information that is required ahead of the start of term. But yeah, that's about it, the structure of Saturday school. So Fola, over to you.
Thank you very much, Lara. And just to give us a good sense of this term, a copy of the Saturday school term dates is available on our website. So class starts next week, Saturday, 20th of September, and runs all the way to Saturday, 13th of December. 1st of November is going to be half term, so please do take a note of that in your diaries. However, if you do want a copy of this, either take a screenshot as I'm presenting, or just visit our website. A copy of this timetable is listed on there for you. We've already put the summer school term dates. You don't have to worry about that for now. More information would start to land in your mailbox from January. But I think the key dates to take into consideration is the fact that Saturday school starts next week, Saturday, the 20th, runs all the way to Saturday, 13th of December, and there's half term on the 1st of November. So how then do we support your child outside of the Saturday school program? For those that are already with us, you probably are familiar with MyMaths. So MyMaths provides an online database for your child to be able to practice different questions when it relates to maths. So once again, the login for this will be communicated to you from next week. For those on the English program, we do provide a reading list for your child in terms of books that is recommended based on the academic year group that they are at school. So please do look out for that as well. And also, parents that are returning, you probably are familiar with the optional one-to-one session, which your child gets once a month. We've actually increased that now to one 30-minute session per subject. And so the reason for this is we do find that sometimes because we teach ahead of the school curriculum, or perhaps your child has a particular topic that they might be struggling with at school, there's an opportunity for them to book a free one-to-one session with one of our tutors. So the link to make this booking will also be communicated next week. What we do ask from parents is if it does happen that your child can no longer attend for whatever reason, then we do ask that you should please tell us in advance, just because there's costs associated with running this optional one-to-one session. And the optional one-to-one session is really for those that are on the English and the maths program. As Lara has mentioned previously, those on the reading program, they get a refresher program on a Wednesday on a weekly basis. And again, once again, the link and the class start times is going to be communicated to you by email. And outside of that, if there are other things that you'd like to discuss relating to your child's education or tuition with us, you can always give Lara a call. The telephone number for the office is going to be on one of the slides, which I'll be sharing very soon. But that's another way in which we can support your child outside of the Saturday sessions. So this term, we've got quite a few activities that is lined up. And I think in the past, parents have been able to subscribe to this. When it comes to in terms of specific areas of teaching, parents to do particular things. So we've got the Elevate 11 Plus workshop, which has been quite popular actually with both existing parents and new parents. The good news for our enrolled parents is that from October, we're going to be making this available for free for parents that are enrolled with us. And what we typically go through with the 11 Plus workshop is the building blocks that is required for 11 Plus success. Because when it comes to getting into the school of your choice, it's not just about passing the exam, it's also about positioning your child to make sure that you're in the perfect catchment area when it comes to grammar school selection, as an example. And so that's going to be held on the 1st of October. So please look out for that information in your mailbox coming up soon. And then there's the independent school show. So we do have parents that have their children in independent schools or looking to send their children to independent school. And the independent school show is an opportunity to meet various independent schools from across the country, both south and the north of the river, and also meet the likes of Good School Guide, who's had two presentations with us, and also just ask some of those schools practical questions. It's worth maybe just mentioning to parents that the webinar that we did on applying to independent schools might be quite useful before going to any of these sessions, because then it allows you to be able to ask specific questions at this show. We are going there as a delegate, and so please do look out for us at the show. So that's on the 8th of October. Registration for this is free. And then we've got the Learn to Blend workshop. This is one of the most successful online programs that we've run, because we do find that parents tend to struggle with teaching their children how to blend. And once again, the Learn to Blend program for parents is going to be on the 15th of October. And moving on to November, we've got a webinar coming up on making sense of secondary school reports, just because for some of our parents here, when you went to school, the grading system has changed slightly from what it was before. And so if you're interested in understanding how the secondary school grading system works, as well as I suppose the GCSE one, then please do look out for the email on the secondary school reports. And finally, for the last 3 to 4 years, every Christmas, we tend to reach out to people within our communities, especially within Dartford and Southgate area. And we do ask our parents to support us in being able to give a donation of an AMPA to 50 UK families. Usually these are families whose children are on the free school meal plans or they are in deprived areas. And so if you're able to just support us in doing this, please do support. Typically an AMPA costs about £30. And so you can always support this by just donating. Again, once again, the link to be able to give will be made available closer to December time. And so in terms of getting in touch with us, our telephone number is available on your screen. So it's +44 0208 050 5798. You'll be pleased to know that this number is also available on WhatsApp because I think for some parents it's a lot easier just to send us a quick message rather than picking up the phone to call us. So I would encourage our parents to please save this telephone number down just to make it easy for you to access us. And our telephone numbers as well, sorry, the telephone lines are open on the times that are shown on your screen. The email address, if you need to get in touch with the office, is office@antlearning.co.uk, or you can also email admin@antlearning.co.uk. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning, the story of Ant Learning Journey has very much been around parents recommending us to other parents. Literally about 90% of our enrollment has been because of referrals, and I suppose that's a testament to the value that parents put on education. But at the same time, we recognize that parents are working really hard to recommend us, and so we've upped our referral benefits from £50 if you recommend a child and they enroll with us for 2 subjects, from 50 to 100, and if it's for 1 subject, we've opted from 20 to 50. And so please spread the word. I would imagine if you recommend about, let's say, 10 parents to us, you probably get the entire tuition for free. But it's just to say that we do value the recommendation of our parents, and of course we want to be able to appreciate them back in return. But the only thing is this offer expires at the end of October. So please do spread the word to your friends and family. If you need messages to send to people, whether it's videos, whether it's WhatsApp messages, we've got all of that. So feel free to send us an email at office@antlearning.co.uk, and we'll be more than happy to provide you with the resources to be able to share more information about us. So we're going to stop talking now, and we want to hear from you. So perhaps if there are any questions from anyone within the chat, please do come off mute to ask any questions, or if you have any comments, then feel free to come off mute to do so.
I just want to find out, do you do exams in the classroom at all, like set exams, or like for the children in the classroom on, I don't know if I'm, yeah.
When you say set exams, do you mean?
Do you have end of term exam, like an end of term exam, or like terminal exams, or things?
Yes, yes, we do have that. We do them around week 9 and 10. The children are informed 2 weeks ahead.
Okay.
For those on the English and Maths program.
Not the reading one though.
The reading one, we do it mid-term. So after the first, we do week 6 so that you have information before the half term, and you know what to focus on during half term.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And also, just to reiterate our comment on what Lara has also mentioned, that I suppose there's also the end of term reports, which would give you a summary of how your child has done in the exam, as well as during the term as well.
Yosa, I can see your question. Any recommendations for the best time to do homework for 3-year-olds, before dinner or shower after? I think it depends on your child's waking time. So some children wake at 5:36 and they wake you up in bed. But it depends on that. So if when are they best active and alert? Might be after lunch or before lunch. I'm not the best after lunch. So it depends what works for you. You can try different times, but we're talking about 15, 20 minutes at a time. So not too much, because little and often for that 3-year-old is better than trying to do 45 minutes at one stretch. So if it's handwriting, just probably 10 minutes. I would suggest if they go to nursery, let them be relaxed first before putting paper in front of them. It could be a game when they come back from nursery. A game will be appropriate. On Saturday could be a time, or Sunday could be a time you want to do a bit more handwriting. If they come back after 3:30, you might want to have a quick snack and then do some writing and use a game to encourage them to finish. So because they can be reluctant to practice handwriting, so you might want to use the game as a teaser or something to encourage them to do that. But I think it works, whichever one works for you. After shower, if they're still alert, then you can do that.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you very
welcome.
much.
Yeah.
So
Can I-
Oh.
Sorry.
please go, yeah.
Oh, thank you. So with our daughter's 3.5. So with the live classes, we're going to be going to the Southgate one.
Okay.
Will we be attending the classes with her? Because obviously she's still quite young. So will one of us be there with her? No.
Nah.
No,
We'll be gone.
no way. It's more of I think it's more of a change for parents than the child themselves.
Yeah.
So it depends. We don't allow you into the classroom because we have other children there. But our teachers are trained to make sure they feel welcome. If you're okay with them crying first few weeks, sometimes they do. It's okay. We encourage them to cry. It's all right. They will calm down once they see other children with them as well. If it gets so bad, we get you to walk them into the class, stay in for 5 minutes, but usually we don't encourage that. But sometimes the teacher will hold their hands while she's teaching just to settle, or there's a teaching assistant to make sure that they settle. But yes, you're not allowed into the classroom. Please bring them and say bye-bye.
Okay.
Yes, Yoga, they need to bring snacks for the 2 hours. Just could be cheese strings, it could be crackers, yogurt, sandwiches if they don't eat breakfast. But yeah, they do get a 10-15 minutes if they come into the center. Yes, break. You'll get all of that on email on Monday.
Are the children grouped just by year group, or is it ability as well?
It's based on ability.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank
So
you.
just to say that for parents that are joining us and maybe you've enrolled, but your child hasn't done an assessment, then please do let us know, because the assessment is what lets us know what ability year group they'll be placed into. So if you're returning parents, if you're new parents and your child hasn't been assessed, then please do let us know by email, so that at least we can get them assessed for the first day of term.
I have another question. I think that was sent to me, but I'm just going to answer it. So for a child moving from pre-11 plus, which is a 9 plus to 11 plus, yes, the way so the 9 plus curriculum had a combination of year 4 and a bit of year 5. The 11 plus curriculum is a combination of year 5, year 6, and a bit of year 7. So that's why it's rigorous. It's important that they have a good after school structure to be able to encourage and support that extra bit of work that they are required to do. Trust me, by April, we are done with the teaching of the curriculum, because we've condensed it in such a way that they are able to go through it. So we've condensed the work from now, September, to end of April. That's when we do core teaching, and they are still assessed through practice papers as well. But that's the core teaching is from now to April for those sitting the 11 plus next year. So we do cover the curriculum, When we think the children require any extra support, we run half-term classes most of the time at no extra cost to you. We just let you know that, oh, they need to have a push on these topics, and we inform you, and they can join online to do that. But yeah, we look after them. My two kids went through the same curriculum. One is in year 11 now, one is in year 8. So we look after our children because they are important and we want their success as well. So if you just work with us each week, they're able to stay on top of their own work, they will be okay.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry, my camera's not on. It's not a question, it's just feedback, really. My name's Selena. My daughter Melania attended 3-week summer school, and she really, really enjoyed it. She's only 5, but she told all of her friends about it. She's gone back into school at year 1, and straight away she's moved up to the next reading group. Yeah, and she can't wait to start tutoring on a Saturday, because previously we didn't go to tutoring. So just feedback, really, to say thank you.
Thank you so much for the feedback, Selena. Amazing. Yeah, she's a joy to have. You are our little diva.
Oh yes, that's her.
Philippa, is that the same for the online reading based on ability? Yes, it's based on ability, but for the online children, we usually assess for reading levels. So if we have a 3.5 that already can read 3 to 4 letter words, they will not join our beginner reading. They will join the next group. They might struggle still with writing. If that's the case, we can have a chat with you to say, do you want us to work alongside their writing in the beginner level, or you just want to progress their reading? Because as much as the child can read, the writing has to also work alongside. Yeah. Just Wumi said, is the online class also based on ability? Because my son is assessed. Yes, Wumi, we will send you the assessment link, which can be done at your own time. Once we just need it to be completed at least by Tuesday or Wednesday. If your child is currently in year 4, they will be initially placed in the year 4 group, which is our pre-11 plus. However, we will send you an assessment link to ascertain the level as well. And this just helps us to know if there are any gaps that we need to plug before they join their particular year group.
All right, thank you.
All right. Prosperity, how many children will be in the online class? I'm not sure which group your child is. So for our reading, we limit it to, I think, 6 to 8, but I think 6 children. Fola, can you confirm? I think it's 6.
So 6 for the online group and
for reading,
for the center for reading, yes.
Yes, and for the English and maths, I think the maximum we have in a group is 8. But yeah, it's still a small group for those doing the English and maths program. Yeah.
Hi, Lara.
Hi.
Apologies, my camera is off. I just wanted to ask, because you said for those kids in year 4, they'll be placed in the pre-11 plus group. So at what stage do they move into the actual 11 plus to start preparing for the exams?
Who is speaking? Just so I know.
That's my son, the younger one. My daughter is joining in September anyway.
Okay, sorry, what's your name?
I'm Diamond.
Ah, Diamond. Okay, I think we had a chat. Yes, so for year 4 group, they are in our pre-11, which is our 9 plus group, and the curriculum is year 4 and a bit of year 5. So they finished that year in July, because that is the foundation year for our 11 plus. We do not move them to the 11 plus group because they're not having exams next year. The children in the current 11 plus group, which is year 5, have their entrance exams next year, September. For your child, that will be September 2027. So they will be in our pre-11 plus 9 plus group for the academic year.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. What size is the in-person reading group? I think Fola answered our question, Masha. It's 8 maximum in a class. And sometimes, most of the time, they do have a teaching assistant because we have to initially hold their hands to write. One teacher can't do that. So I would say sometimes it's 1 to 4, but maximum is one main teacher and they have a teaching assistant. Prosperity said, my son is in year 1. We will reach out to you to know if it's the reading we're focusing on or if it's the maths or English. And based on the assessment, your child in year 1 could be in reading class or in an English class. If it's an English class, the maximum is 8. If it's a reading class, the maximum is 6. Great.
Is there any equipment that we need to purchase for the kids to bring, or is that provided?
Susan, you coming to the center?
Yes.
Yes, so we provide you with everything your child will need. Maybe stationery is what you would need to provide at home. At the center, we provide everything. The books, the games, everything is provided. For the younger ones, I always recommend the tripod pencil. It's a thick, chunky pencil. You can order it online. It's just suitable for their little fingers, and it doesn't hurt as much as the fine, thin ones. So they're chunkier. So you can provide that. But we have that in the center for them to use.
Thank you.
Can you purchase the tripod pencil from Amazon or something?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Children that came for summer school, they all got one. So if your child was at summer school reading program, they might have been given one. But we can show you at the center as well, so you know what to buy if you're at the center, but I can send the link as well online.
Yeah, if you can send a link, that would be great, please, so we can just pre-order it.
Who is speaking? Sorry.
Sorry, it's Yori.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Any more questions?
Sorry, I've got another one. So our little girl, we've enrolled her in the reading program. I saw that there's also the maths and English. At what stage would you say to maybe think about adding the other classes?
So that's a very good question. So for those in the reading program, if they don't know how to read the first term, we don't encourage you to do anything else apart from reading, because once your child is able to read, they can do anything. So we recommend them moving on to the English program after they've done the complete reading program, which is 3 terms. They can pick up maths the second term if they're able to read 2 or 3 letter words. And the maths they will do will be based on their year groups. So it could be 4+ maths, it could be reception-based math, depending on where they are at the moment. And the reason we do that is when a child enrolls with reading and maths at the beginner reading, parents focus more on the maths because it's easier to support your child with numbers, and they don't do the homework for English. So reading. So we just want them to be great at that first before we move on to other ones. Thank you, Sumeli. That's fine. Will the kids have the same teacher for year 4, or should we expect? Well, it's a new academic year. They're moving up. They have a new teacher. And Philippa said, oh, I'm talking about the chunky pencils where it just fits well in your child's finger. I can email that to you if you want to get that through Amazon. And in-person sessions, they use that pencil in class. That's what they use in class. I'm just saying that if you want to use the same kind of pencil at home, you can get it from Amazon.
Good morning. I joined late. Will this recording be shared, please?
Yes, it will be.
Okay, thank you. It's Oyinda.
Hi, Oyinda.
Hello.
Okay. Ola, anything else?
No, I think we've pretty much covered it all. Yeah, so everything has pretty much been covered. So just to remind us, we'll be sharing a copy of the presentation today, so at least you've got access to the recording. And if you need to get in touch with us, I'll just put the details on the screen again. It's also available at the footer of the website, and the term dates, which is another key information to bear in mind, is also available on the website as well. Yeah, because this usually comes up a lot in terms of from parents' perspective. You know, are we on half term? Are we not? And so please do take notes of the times on the schedule. For those on the reading program, your Wednesday dates will also be communicated to you separately as well. So at least you have that, but we do encourage parents to please note the dates in your diaries. Ruth, I can see a hand up.
It's actually mine for I think. Could you confirm the drop-off time and the pick-up time for Saturday classes, please?
In Southgate.
Yeah, in Southgate.
So you can drop off anytime from 8:50 for a 9 o'clock start.
Okay.
If your child finishes at 11, then pickup is at 11. I think the girls finish at 1:30, so pickup is at 1:30. When you come in, if you wait at the reception, the teachers would then bring the children to.
Right. Okay. Okay. Cool.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And just one final reminder, there's a lot to be earned for referring us to your friends. So please do share the good news about what we do. And we've got so many resources available for you as well if you need any in terms of testimonial videos and links, whether it's Google reviews or Trustpilot reviews about our program. So we want to say a big thank you to everyone for being part of this, and we've really enjoyed you asking us many questions. It does show a lot that you're very much keen in your child's education. As I've said, you've got access to Lara anytime during the week. And so if, let's say, for example, there are things you couldn't cover on a Saturday, and if you want to speak to her outside of that, then feel free to get in touch with the office. Either you send us a message on WhatsApp, or just call us or send us an email. Either way, we'll be able to provide the help that you need. So we're going to draw the curtains now, but thank you once again. And a copy of the recording will be sent to you by email sometime today. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Thank you.